Okay, we're here with Paula Medina on behalf of her entry in the 2018 Neuro Film Festival. Thank you for joining us today. So we've got a few questions for you, having been diagnosed with Chiari malformation. When did that initial diagnosis happen?
In 2011.
Well, that seems to be a little while from the time that you've been born. What took so long for that diagnosis?
The doctors were treating me for just symptoms and not going into full detail with what was going on with me.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Now, why do you think neuroscience is critical?
Because we need awareness for Chiari malformation. There's really not much out there for people, for physicians that know the actual symptoms of what's going on for them to figure out exactly what it is.
I mean, it's very relatable because you've been a patient suffering from this your whole life. You've actually gone to Washington, if I'm not mistaken, to speak. So tell us about some of the speaking engagements and how you've been advocating for this for the past few years.
I did go to Washington, D.C. in 2014 and 2016 with the Chiari Cerebral Foundation to speak to the House of Representatives there for the state of Nevada.
Okay, that's a pretty big thing.
Yes.
Because you're relatable, you've actually spoken to both neurologists and the general population of patients. What makes some of the stuff that you've pointed out, having been someone that's walking through this, a little different from mainly just what medical textbooks might say?
Well, my physicians, my primary and my neurologist both want me to be advocates for patients, any of their patients or people that I meet, to bring the awareness out there, because a lot of people that have this disorder think that they're the only ones out there that have it and can't get through it without being, we're constantly in pain because our central nervous system has been damaged. Our brainstem's compressed along with our spinal cord. So with me going out there and just talking, people see the scar on the back of my head and are like, where'd that scar come from? What is that from? And I tell them I have a neurological disorder, and they're like, you got to be kidding me. And I tell them what it is, and they'll go home and look it up, and I'll give them one of the Chiari Neurological Project cards, and they'll look it up and they'll comment and they're like, wow, I didn't even know that even existed.
Now let's talk about that project. You work with our foundation. Now, what is the Chiari Neurological Project, and how have you been using this to advocate for patients throughout the world?
To let people know that they're not alone that have Chiari, to get our minds off of the pain, to be able to do, art therapy, dog therapy, what have you, just to get the awareness out there for them to feel better about themselves, because we don't feel like we are anything because we've either had to stop working or we get into a depression, and we don't think that we're capable of doing anything else anymore. So if I have this project out there, people can get out there and meet new people and get their natural, natural, I don't want to say healing, but natural
information. You're being like a nexus of information for people. Now, my question is this: neuroscience has given you information. How has your faith helped you?
Oh, my faith has been fabulous. The Lord has been there with me 100%. Even though I'm in pain every single day, I go to the Lord. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13, and I stand by that on a day-to-day basis.
Any other things that you would have for someone that's actually suffering with this disease in regards to information?
Just keep your faith. Any symptoms that you may have, I like to go out with people to the doctors to talk to them, just to get the awareness out there, because some of the doctors say that it is all in our head, and it literally is all in our head.
That's a good conversation starter. Well, God bless you, and God bless you.